Subscribing to The Observer on YouTube couldn't be easier, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that. First, navigate to www.youtube.com/TheObserverNJ. Once you get there, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button. Next to the subscribe button, click the down arrow and then all. And that's it. You're subscribed, and now anytime The Observer is live, you will be notified. Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you live from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 17th day of February in the year 2026. Sure hope you're enjoying your Tuesdays, no matter where it is you are in the country. Very gray and overcast day today here in Kearney, 47 degrees right now, but God, we're going to be putting the clocks ahead in a couple of weeks already, and it cannot get to spring quick enough as far as I'm concerned. I've had enough of this cold. I really have. But as you do each and every Tuesday, you welcome me into your home so that I can bring you this week's news. Now, just a housekeeping item. You see on the screen in those big white letters with the red behind it, a new website. Now, this is not our regular TheObserver.com will still continue as it normally has, but we've made it a little bit easier for you if you would like to come and watch us while we're live. All you have to do is type in now www.theobserver.live, and it will direct you right to our video platform where you can watch us each and every Tuesday or whenever we go live if there's ever breaking news. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew about that, because sometimes it's hard to find us if you don't get alerts and things of that nature. But just remember, www.theobserver.live will get you there now without any issues at all. So there's that. And of course, as we look at this week's newspaper, I want to tell you a quick story first, but I want to say hello to my Uncle Mike Slane, who is watching us out in Carlsbad, California. Good morning, Uncle. It's morning time out there, so good to see you. And please give my best to Jane, too, if she happens to be watching. Hello, Jane. And this week's front page came to us by accident. I got an email from this gentleman named Harrison, and he's from Kearney originally. He moved out to Bedminster. He's living out there now. And he sent along all these pictures that he took of West Hudson with drones. He is an incredible photographer. I'd never met him before. This came out of nowhere without any prompting of any kind. And he had these incredible pictures that you can see right here. The one on the left is of the Passaic River. Well, they're both the Passaic River, but you see how much ice there is that is actually formed on the Passaic River given these cold temperatures. And there's that bridge that is just stuck in the upright position as it has been since, God, I don't even know how long it's been. It's since I was a kid, and it just seems like at least. But he sent us these pictures, and we had to use them because they're just so stunning. It's perspectives of West Hudson that you don't get to see too often. You know what I mean? So it was very, very cool of Harrison to send these photos to us, and we were really glad that we were able to use them. So Harrison, if you happen to be watching, which is a very long shot anyway, thank you very much for sending in these great photos. And his social media pages are all on the front page, so you can check that out if you want to see some of his other work. He does weddings and shoots real estate for real estate agents, and I'll tell you what, I mean, these pictures are just phenomenal, so check them out when you get a chance. Now, last week, you see that we had a discussion about the town of Kearney putting together a resolution on how the Kearney Police Department and other town departments would deal with ICE if there were ever interactions necessary. And I think most of you know that this is a resolution. So it is a guideline. It is not a law. And in nowhere in this set of guidelines does it say that the town of Kearney will do anything but follow the letter of the law of the United States Constitution. What it does is spells out instances where and when a police department should or shouldn't be involved in a federal investigation. There are very, very few instances where they will be involved, if at all. And when they are asked to participate on those very, very rare occasions, there must be a judicial warrant present in order to honor the request. And so I had heard rumblings that there was discussions that this was either encouraging people to break the law or that it didn't go far enough. The truth of the matter is, all it is an explanation of how to follow the law. It's really more for town employees and police officers and things of that nature, not necessarily for people of the town of Kearney or any of the other towns where there may be some kind of raid going on. But the truth of the matter is, all it is explaining how the law is applied properly. So it's important to know that at no point has the Kearney Police Department ever or will ever be asked to do anything but follow the law and enforce it the way they are supposed to, and that is by keeping the town of Kearney safe, not getting involved with immigration actions that may or may not take place here. We know there was one yesterday. That's it. That's what we've heard so far. So I wanted to make sure that's clear. And if you have any questions, instead of, there's a lot of people who speculate and do that on social media. And I think, I don't want to say it, but I have to. They make fools of themselves because they say things that are not true and that make no sense. So read through the story. If you don't want to read through the story, you can read the actual resolution, which the story basically just summarizes. And you'll get a better idea of how the Kearney Police Department and other town employees deal with a potential, and the key word here is a potential instance where they will deal with ICE. But as I said earlier, there's only been one yesterday so far, in addition to a couple of other small ones as well. So it's important to read that. And I think the mayor and council did a very good job in putting something like this together. It really kind of piggybacks off of everything that Hudson County Executive Craig Guy did and what Governor Mikey Sherrill has done as well. But again, even with those two in Hudson County in the state of New Jersey, in no way does it encourage police departments or any public officials to do anything but follow the letter of the law. So we will move on from that now. And I'm sorry, let me go back here too. We also have this on the front page today. Peter Gleason was laid to rest. He was 56 years old and a retired Kearney police officer, and he died way too young. And I spoke to a couple of people yesterday at the wake, and everything about him was about how he was a cop's cop, the type of person that superior officers dreamed of having when they had him as a younger guy in their 90s when he first went on the job and things of that nature. The funeral home was utterly packed, like I have never seen in my life at Mark Wiggins' funeral, at the Armitage and Wiggins funeral home. It was just something to behold. And I know on a personal level, the Dowies, John and Ann, are two very important people to me who I care about a great deal. And to know that Ann is going through this again is utterly heartbreaking, losing another brother. But we're all thinking of the police department. We're thinking of the Gleason family and the children that Peter leaves behind, and the Dowies, who all have experienced such a horrible, horrible loss. And again, we wish nothing but the best for the Gleasons and the Dowies and the rest of the in-laws there as well. He was a good guy, and he will be certainly missed by many people. Peter Gleason at 56. This was a story that we dealt with a couple of weeks ago. This one is actually more recent. But this guy was apparently in the Kearney Library, and he inappropriately touched a child and was showing this child I don't know what gender the child was, but was showing this child like images of lewd and all sorts of pornographic material. So the guy was arrested and he was sent to the Hudson County Jail, but all the while, this happened right inside the Kearney Library, and it's a shame. I'm sorry that Josh had to deal with that last week when it happened, but at least the guy was caught. But talk about walking around the library and seeing a person do that to a child. It's just sickening and heartbreaking at the same time. But fortunately, the guy is behind bars now, and hopefully he'll stay there. Unfortunately, with this bail reform crap, he'll probably be out before you can blink. This is another one down in South Kearney. A guy was involved in an instance of road rage. And he pulls out the gun and shoots a car next to him. There's 2 kids in the back seat of the car that this guy shot at. And according to Detective Sergeant John Fabula, one of the bullets hit like I don't know if it was a stuffed animal or some kind of bag that one of the kids had. Is anything about how close this young child, was to being shot by somebody over something that happened on the road. It just, I'll never understand why it happens to us. It happens to me too. But people just get so incensed when they're on the road, and this almost led to a child being shot, for crying out loud. Thank God it didn't happen. And anyway, the guy who did do this is also behind bars, exactly where he belongs. So just a couple of weird stories from the Kearney Police Department over the last couple of weeks, but they all, fortunately, had very, very good endings. Crossing the river, we have a police-heavy edition this week. Belleville hired 2 new police officers. They are now on the job and serving the township of Belleville very, very well, I am certainly sure. Mayor Mike Melham is very pleased with this new class, and you can read about all of them here. A whole bunch of them are hometown boys who have stuck around, and that is always good to see when people work in the communities they live in. Jason Bernstein, our sports reporter, has 3 sports stories, including this one from Harrison High School, where one player scored 60 in a game, and I believe that is a record for Harrison High School. It's just an incredible feat. Even though I was talking to Bobby earlier, we were talking about how there was a player in the state of New Jersey, went to Camden High School, named DeJuan Wagner, who actually wound up playing about 30-something games in the NBA. But this kid scored 100 points in a game. I'll never forget it. In 2001 at Camden Arena, it was something to behold. But this is a great feat for our local guys and the kids at Harrison High School to have scored 60 in one game. So you can read that in the sports section, along with the other 2 stories that we have from Jason as well. In the classified section, plenty of apartments. You see that right here on that page. And if you're looking for, you need work done or you need to get something done in the house, whatever that is, you can find it in the back of the book as well on pages 12 and 13. And that's it. I didn't get a chance to say hello to everybody yet, so let me just scroll back here. I see Barbara Condon is here with us. She said, I knew Harrison Gould, a very nice guy and a great photographer. Really, Barbara, he is. He is really something. Let me put his picture back on the screen, by the way. This was taken by Harrison Gould from Kearney. And these pictures are great. Really appreciate him sending them in. Alexia Sheridan is also here with us. Ivan Anderson from the north of the border is here with us. Carol Manley is here, maybe with Mom in the background. Joan Stavillo is also here with us. John, good to see you. Larry Hanlon also is here with us. Good to see you as well, Larry. And Mayor Dan Pronti from North Arlington is here with us. Manny Ventoso, who I just saw a little while ago, is also here. And Maria Oliveira is also here with us as well. Thank you to all of you and anybody who may be watching in the background. That's going to do it for this edition of the Observer Live. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. We'll be back a week from today, but if anything breaks before then, we will join you then as well. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa signing off for now. We hope to see you back here again very, very soon. We'll talk to you later. Oh, and Jack Pettigrew, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.